My name is Kath Jayasuriya and I'm Dusty's mom, and I'm also the Executive Director of Coalition Duchenne. In the late 90s, when my son Dusty was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy at age 6, the world was a little less connected than it is today. At that time, Duchenne research was underfunded. Even though Duchenne is the most common fatal childhood genetic disorder, we decided to focus on funding cardiac and pulmonary initiatives because this was an area of research that was critically needed. We set out to make friends with researchers in the Duchenne space, starting with Dr. Melissa Spencer at UCLA, Dr. Lee Sweeney at the University of Pennsylvania, Dr. Steve Wilton in Western Australia, and we funded their work.
What we're hoping is that this RNA antisense treatment will slow the progression of the disease down, let the boys make the missing product and restore quality and function in their life.
We created the Dusty Brandom Fellowship in 2001. And what this did was that it contributed to groundbreaking research at the University of Western Australia into exon skipping that Sarepta Therapeutics has in trials for Duchenne today. We funded small animal work at the University of Pennsylvania for a novel drug called PTC-124, which is now called Atalurin. It's been approved in Europe, and it's the first ever Duchenne-specific drug, and hopefully soon to be approved by the FDA. In 2011, I read an article in The Economist magazine, of all places, called Repairing Broken Hearts. It talked about Dr. Eduardo Marban, the director of the Cedars-Sinai Heart Institute, who was using cardiac stem cells to treat adults with scarring from heart attacks. We met Dr. Marban and discussed applying the technology to Duchenne hearts, and this resulted in Coalition Duchenne funding a $150,000 research initiative in 2013. A clinical program for Duchenne based on the technology is now under development.
Wouldn't it be great if we could actually now prevent heart failure in development in boys with Duchenne rather than trying to treat it?
We like to hold annual events that raise global awareness and bring people together. One of the ways we do that is by having an annual music event called Music Power. Another way we raise awareness is by bringing people together from around the world to climb Mount Kinabalu in Borneo, one of the highest mountains in Southeast Asia.
We also created tremendous excitement by staging Borneo's first ever flyby using a wingsuit.
It was pretty cool because we worked with Squirrel, a manufacturer of wingsuits, to create a bright red Coalition Duchenne wingsuit, which has been worn by wingsuit pilots around the world.
In 2013, we released our award-winning feature documentary, Dusty's Trail, Summit of Borneo. The film has been an incredible medium to raise global awareness about Duchenne.
Dusty's Trail is very, very moving, and I think really shows how young people receive treatment for Duchenne in other countries, which is really something that is a message that hasn't been championed, but also shows, I think most importantly, a mother's commitment to her son. That, I think, is the biggest message that I take from it.
Coalition Duchenne is currently funding 6 research initiatives, and we also plan on continuing our successful collaboration with Cedars-Sinai Medical Center and Dr. Ron Victor.
It's going to take, great having smart people from multiple disciplines to work in, and for me it's one of the things that makes it so exciting.
We thought scientists would help us with treatments and cures, but what we found that it is a broader collaboration that moves research forward.
There will have to be enormous expertise from many different fields applied to Duchenne in order to really solve the problem of Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Duchenne is complex. It takes us all coming together, parents, Duchenne organizations, pharmaceutical companies, scientists, doctors, boys and young men with Duchenne, and the global community to really make a difference.
And so I thought that I could teach young people about Duchenne so that when they're in their clinical practice or they're in their research lab or when they're just a regular citizen and next door neighbor, they've heard of Duchenne. So there are a lot of students who have changed or modified their career goals based on participating in this class and who are devoting themselves to Duchenne for the rest of their lives. And I think that that's pretty, I'm inspired by these students. It's very humbling.
Our journey with Dusty and Coalition Duchenne's funding of research and its awareness efforts have led to change that will help all boys and young men with Duchenne worldwide.
Today I'm flying for Dusty. Support Coalition Duchenne.
Coalition Duchenne is a call to action and a call to make a difference. The tragedy of boys and young men with Duchenne is that while their muscles fail, their minds are unaffected and full of hopes and dreams. We want to keep their hopes and dreams alive. Please support us.